Yeah. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Very good
You will be
evening.
recording the session and send it to us, no?
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank
On
you.
email, on WhatsApp. In both cases, you will be getting the recording. Myself, Arun Mukherjee. I work here in the capacity of general manager, majorly taking care of the training and admission. A quick introduction, Skills Revo Solutions Private Limited, that is based out in India. It's an international education company. We are working under the ecosystem of NASSCOM, National Association of Software and Services Companies, that is a governing body of the entire IT as well as ITES industry across pan-India. But NASSCOM is working in a global context, in a global scenario, because from 2018, NASSCOM is in a signed MOU in the entire MENA region, that stands for Middle East and North Africa. So in all the GCC countries, Middle East nations, NASSCOM is doing a great job taking the IT initiative forward. That's why if I talk about the nomenclature of the classes, of the batches, of the learners, composition of the batch, majorly they are working professionals based out in different parts of Middle East and of course pan-India. Apart from that, United Kingdom is another region where we are addressing. We have three verticals of courses. One goes into AI, data science, machine learning, generative AI, and all that. Second vertical that goes into cybersecurity, ethical hacking, SOC analysis, threat management. Third vertical, a new addition, that is cloud computing, cloud engineering. You would be glad to know that possibly we are one of those rarest institutes who is offering all three cloud platforms, that is Azure, AWS, as well as GCP. This is about skills review. If I share my screen, that would be more clarifying for all of you. So a quick tour before I hand it over to Madam Ussha Nandhini, our master trainer. Already she has delivered a couple of batches with us. I would be introducing her shortly. This is skills review. These are the credibilities, affiliations, you can say, that we always do cherish. So under this ecosystem, we are working. So you can see we are having actually three verticals. One is academy, another talent, that is staffing, acquisition. We are helping people majorly as of now in pan-India. We are trying to expand that opportunity in GCC countries as well. That's why Talent Sales Partner, this particular initiative we have recently launched. We are inviting people, working professionals from different parts of Middle East who can collaborate with us and expanding this opportunity of talent acquisition, placement, and all these things. This is consulting. Training, again, that is divided into one individual, another is corporate training. You guys would be delighted to know that recently NDC, National Detergent Company, you might be heard about the name NDC SAOG, based out in Oman, one of the very renowned FMCG company. So our training team, our faculty, they just delivered an on-site 3 days workshop regarding how AI and business intelligence can be integrated with FMCG sector to get the maximum leverage out of that. This is about skills review. So these are the regions that we are addressing. These are the ecosystem. These are the credibilities that we have. If I just try to open this link, so that would be giving you more clarity, I guess. NASSCOM in MENA region. So Middle East and North Africa that I was talking about, so they are in a signed MU in this entire region. That's exactly why we are talking about this particular collaborations in the Middle East nations. This is very important to understand how the training methodology will be continued. So it's not completely practical based training program. So from day one, you would be working on many data sets. Say, for example, the upcoming batch that has been scheduled for 30th of November and 7th of December. These are the two upcoming batch dates. Weekend lectures, live classes by industry experts. For this batch, we have logged Madam Ussha Nandhini, who is already in this particular session. She's working for more than 1 decade as a corporate trainer in the domain of AI, data science, machine learning, having trained more than 5,000 working professionals, not only in Pan-India, across the entire globe. She has already delivered a couple of batches with a very good feedback from all the esteemed professionals who opted for multiple programs with us. So it would be a practical based completely entire learning journey. Pre-learning, that's a segment recently added because it would be a wrong statement if I tell that all the people, all the learners are coming from IT background. On the contrary, they are making a career transition from different industries like supply chain management, e-commerce, logistics, healthcare, BFSI, banking, finance sector. That's why what we do, along with the course, after completion of the program, we engage them dedicatedly. Yes, we engage them dedicatedly with the project work. So that's a very important part of the program. So 1:1 support is recently added as well between Monday to Friday. If you have any queries, any doubts, you can just post your queries in the mentoring group. That's a very cozy WhatsApp group, you can say. Only the learner, only one individual learner. That's very tedious thing for every single individual learner to maintain that group, but that really yields good result as well. So I'm part of every group to make sure that your queries, your concerns do get addressed in the quickest possible time so that you do not have to wait, until next weekend classes. So live classes, weekend lectures, timing 9 p.m. to 11:30 approximately IST. UAE timing 7:30 to 10. Saudi, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, that would be 6:30 to 9. This is the class timing, Saturdays and Sunday. Monday to Friday, you would be revising the classes. Apart from the classes being live, online, two-way communicative like this session is, that would be additionally recorded from the backend. There would be an LMS, Learning Management System. In short, it can be called as the learning portal. All the class recordings will be accessible for the entire lifetime. Plus, 1:1 doubt session between Monday to Friday. That's why we call it virtual classroom. So we are trying to add all those benefits to this particular program, considering the fact, firstly, Middle East has a different week off system. Saudi, majorly, they are off on Friday. Friday is a mandatory off. UAE, that belt is Saturday, Sunday. Oman, I mean, Friday, Saturday, sometimes only Saturday. That depends. So that working professionals do not, lag behind the momentum of the learning in spite of maybe some couple of classes have been missed. But that should not pose any challenge in the learning journey. That's why whatever best we could do, we have tried to do that. Still, if any suggestion for improvement comes from any of the learners, be it enrolled, be it non-enrolled, that would be extremely welcome and privileged. After the program, as I was talking about, there would be domain-specific project, 80 projects in short we have. These are enterprise-graded projects in short, Kaggle, that is the repository. Across the domain, these projects are available. We will be doing this particular project. Then resume, mock interview, project sessions, certificates. Let me show you. Yes. Any particular program, let me take an example of advanced AI and Gen AI program. So every course is entitled for 2 certificates. First, that is the course completion certificate. I believe my screen is visible. So this is jointly presented by SkillsRevo as well as NASCOM and Skill India, the ecosystem that I was talking about. Thank you so much, Mr. Sivin, for joining. You have not missed a major part. We just started. So this keyword, of course, will be enabled. This is first certificate. Second certificate, that is your project certificate. It's a very new addition. We are trying to make sure that all the details, all the credibilities, all the takeaways that would be mentioned in your resume under the valued mentorship of your trainer for this batch, Madam Ussha Nandhini, or even the entire training team. All these key skills should be authenticated via paperwork. That is the vision. So this is the project certificate. Say you submit 5 projects, so you will be entitled for 5 separate projects. Not only that, your projects will be uploaded on the GitHub. That is a professional platform, a profile, you can say. and GitHub that authenticates your skill sets as well. And that GitHub profile will also be mentioned in the resume. So project work is very, very crucial part of this entire learning journey if you are intending to get the right kind of outcome after completion of the program. So these two are the certificates. Third certificate, that is optional but very much recommended. For example, if someone is opting a data science and artificial intelligence program, so that program is actually aligned with this particular NASCOM certification. So this itself is in the capacity of AI data scientist. This has been recently rejuvenated. This is version 3.0. This is NSQF, National Skill Qualification Framework, which is under Government of India. NCVET is another accrediting body that authenticates all the vocational and all the certification courses. Level 6, you can search Google as well, NSQF level 6, that's a professional level of expertise, which is above L1, L2, L3, and L4. That's a managerial technical expertise, which is authenticated and addressed through NSQF level 6. So different programs are aligned with different assessments, different outcomes. So whatever is your current job profile, that will actually help us to understand and recommend a suitable program for you. But considering the industry, how exactly it is growing, that would be explained by ma'am. So we recommend a program with advanced AI. Transition into data science and AI, sitting at a position of head of training and admission. Every day, I get multiple emails, WhatsApp messages that I am not coming from IT background. I have been working from XYZ industry. Whether this particular learning journey I can cope up with? Answer is very simple. Data science, the reason why it is popular, because it's a completely generic skill set. It is not restricted to IT alone. I'm talking about the applications. So every sector is trying to take the leverage. That is why this roadmap we follow post-enrollment. Pre-learning, again, I'm repeating myself, a very essential component where all the fundamentals are added. Then the live sessions, between the classes, 1:1 doubt sessions, assessments and assignments multiple times will be given by Madam Ussha Nandhini, being the master trainer, who has been locked for the upcoming cohort, starting on 30th November as well as 7th of December. Sorry, someone was joining the call, so I have to admit that. So this is very important. Recommended program, if anyone is interested in the AI segment, then definitely I would recommend a program with advanced AI and Gen AI that has 3 modules. It covers data science and machine learning from very basic to intermediate. Outcome is advanced. So we start with basics of Python, covering all the libraries, then statistics, machine learning with all the related algorithm and its applications. Deep learning, neural networks, projects, batch 1. Second batch, where we are ending batch 1, that is deep learning. Then we are extending your knowledge set to computer vision. Then NLP, sentiment analysis, image processing, video processing, RL, reinforcement learning. Then third batch, where we are ending batch 2, that is AI, with NLP, sentiment analysis. We will start with advanced NLP, LLM, large language model, Hugging Face, LangChain, Midjourney, Del-E. So how, chatbot, that's a buzzword. Apart from that, generative AI is known for other applications as well. In deep, we will study all this. This could be someone who is intending to make a career in AI ML segment. Someone who is more aligned for analytical part, a data-driven field. So this program can be good for them. That is a data science with business intelligence. So we will start with descriptive and diagnostic analytics using advanced Excel, Python, statistics, SQL, Tableau, or Power BI visualization tools, making a dashboard, getting a holistic picture of what exactly is happening in your organization to take a data-driven decision, then going one step forward based on the historical data, predictive analytics, machine learning, that would be part. So data science with business intelligence, that is more aligned in the data-driven field. These two are the most recommended program. So, this I should not be telling you. You can check Google, how learners who are all working professionals, esteemed professionals for 25, 30 years, they have appreciated our learning. Our enrolled learners, some of them are coming from very reputed organization, and they are the SIG members, special interest group. So my sincerest thanks again to these companies and their CTOs and their technical team who have contributed a lot in designing the program, getting the projects, and of course, that has been a wonderful journey so far. So this is about this particular learning journey. This is the project I was talking about. If anyone needs this particular PPT, you can ping here. I can share my number as well on email. You can get this PPT as well. You can check it once you are free. Multiple things I have added in this PPT, but that should be left over to Madam Usha, who is waiting on this call. So, ma'am, session is all yours. My name is Arunava Mukherjee. So, I would be definitely hoping after this session, you would be getting maximum clarity about the program and its outcome. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you so much, everyone, again, for showing interest with us and joining this call. Thank you so much.
Again, thank you so much, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Yes,
Hope
ma'am.
I'm audible.
Good evening.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you are. Please go ahead, please.
Yes. So let me share my screen. Before that, I want everyone to give your answer in the chat. Okay. Hope you got this note from everywhere, like what is AI and is it going to replace a human? So can anybody give the answer for that in the chat? Do you feel AI is going to replace the human? And why? If not, why? Yes, Sabine.
Anyone can unmute yourself and talk to the trailer.
Okay. Maybe you think today is a session, but it is not going to be having any question. We'll just sit, relax, and we can go and we can understand the thing what's going on. Right? So I'm just asking the question just to understand what is about AI. Okay. It's definitely AI will not replace. So as per my understanding, what AI is going to do, AI is going to simplify the task of human. So whoever not okay in the stack of AI, let them going to understand what is the challenges they are facing in their everyday to-day tasks, and they're going to replace themselves with using the tools of AI. So this course will help you to understand how you need to utilize your traditional data and this AI tools to integrate that in your day-to-day task, not only for the job role you are going to go for any AI related relevant jobs. So it is going to help you for personal task also. Even if you are going to do your own entrepreneurship, it will helpful for you. Okay, you can build a product with AI. Nowadays, hope you understood many things are coming. We feel only the technical things coding. Coding is a barrier for this field to be entered, right? That is not going to be the challenge at all. So if you are into this course, it will going to give you more clarity on that. Okay. So here everything is going to be the knowledge and concepts you are going to get it. All that you are going to put it in your product enhancement or business development. All this is going to be synchronized with your task. Okay. So whatever we done earlier, it took us 1 year to overcome all these things, right? So now it is going to be a 1 minute or a 10 minute of work. We are going to use a tool to do that. Okay. In the place of human, we are not going to replace the human. We are going to make ourselves a business person or an entrepreneur in the place of replacing any human in our task. We are going to replace AI in our task, and that will also give us a different aspect of our jobs. Okay, you will be having a prompt engineer role, you will be having a AI engineer role, machine learning engineer, computer vision engineer, data analyst, data scientist, data engineers. Hope you are aware about these type of a role, right? So this course help you to land into these roles, as well as I mentioned, you can start your own entrepreneur, you can start your own business too. Okay, so here let me just explain this role as I mentioned. Okay, as I mentioned, you will be going to become a data analyst or an AI engineer or a data engineer. All that needs several skill set. Whatever you're going to have in this entire course is listed here over in your front of the slides, right? So you can see, you can master in the data science and generative AI. This generative AI is what we simply used to say ChatGPT. It's not completely a ChatGPT. We have many things in the generative AI. So you'll be getting an idea about that also. Okay, meanwhile in the course, so you will be starting everything from the scratch. That's why Arna sir said, like, you will be learning anything from the scratch, means you don't want to have any prerequisites for this course to be started. So simply, if you are having a basic idea of how to access your laptop, that's enough for this course to be going on. Okay, so here the course started with the Python, as already Arun sir has said. So it is going to start with the scratch, right? So it is going to start with the modules like Python. So Python is very easiest, user friendly, and anybody can understand this language. So you can just write it like a calculator, how you're going to calculate the numbers, how you're going to do some operation with the numbers. In the Excel, how we are going to do the formulas. All these things can be easily able to done with the Python code also. Simply we can say this is like a language. How we are communicating to human, it's something like that. So it's a user friendly and easiest language to understand. Through this language, we are going to implement AI models. Okay, that's what we say. Algorithms like machine learning, deep learning, and all this together we are saying as artificial intelligence. So this is why the artificial intelligence, we are bringing everything together. If you see inside that artificial intelligence, we have all this subset: data science or data mining, machine learning, deep learning, reinforcement learning. All this come inside the subset of artificial intelligence. So that is what we are saying nowadays. Generative AI, all these things comes under the artificial intelligence only, right? So how this workflow is going to be, generally I said you will be started with the Python statistics concept, and then you will be moving on to slowly learning the machine learning algorithm. Then you will be focusing on some natural language processing, how the data, if it is in the structured format or unstructured format, how you're going to use it for your model building purpose, how you're going to clean the data, how you're going to bring the data in the quality way, and you are going to build the model on that. Then the model is going to understand the pattern, and that model you are going to implement in your business. So this is how the workflow of entire machine learning model is going to be. Okay. So this is how. So first you will be gathering your data, you will clean the data, you will explore about the data, what it contains, and that will help you to bring your model, understand the pattern inside the data. So earlier days, if you take, so these things has been done by the developers, software developers. Nowadays, it's not going to be completely in the hand of software developer. It's going to be in the hand of business people. As I mentioned, if you're going to do some business, okay, so your business will be having a variety of data. So your data will be in the any format. As I mentioned, it may be in the text data, audio data, video data, any type of a data. It is structured and unstructured, we can say. How you're going to handle the data and find some insight to take any decision in your business or in your task, whatever the relevant task you're doing, based on the data, you're going to take a decision. But in the traditional way, it's not like that. Everything is a logic. They'll be building a logic using the coding. So it is now changing with this data. So if you have a data, you are the wealthiest person in the world. So what is the data? The data should be the original data. Okay, so this data is a most valued wealth in the world today. Okay, so everybody used to say these things. Okay, who is the most wealthiest person? They used to say if the person is having a huge amount of money, he is the wealthiest person. But nowadays it is getting changed. So because of this AI emerging technology came into the picture, nowadays everybody is protecting their data and they are not they are selling their data also. Sometimes if the data is necessary to do some model building, they are selling their data also. Okay. So we have several platforms to simulate the data, all that we will be discussing in the sessions, and that is going to give you most engaged classes. During the session, you will be having a more different industrial aspect of a projects, like Arun sir is explaining the different type of a project and different domain aspect. You will be learning not only the banking or a financial domain, you will be learning healthcare, you will be learning some agriculture. Everywhere we will be touching this data related projects. Okay, if you are coming from a different domain, don't feel that is I'm from different domain, I'm not going to fit into this data science or AI/ML related projects. So everybody is fitted in this field. So everybody integrating the AI in their own domain. Okay, so if you see transportation, they are using the autonomous car. How they are using the autonomous car? They are integrating the AI models, several computer vision models. So how they are doing the things actually? What is the rule behind or back end? It is going on. So that is what we are going to learn from this entire course. Okay, so definitely this class will give you more and more useful information, as well as you'll be doing hands-on activities and you'll be finding more interest on this course. Okay, so this is a short view of how machine learning is segregated into different versions like supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. As I mentioned, supervised is nothing but if you are going to teach a kid, okay, so based on your supervision, the kid is going to learn something similar to that. Supervised will be having both the things. Okay, it will be having an output and input to train, so that the version of model it is going to have mostly having a pattern in it. So in the unsupervised learning, it is not going to have any output. Okay, it is going to have some data, raw data, which is having some pattern. The model is itself going to understand and group it together. So then we will be categorizing them. Okay, since I don't want to go with much technical today, since this topic and all we are going to cover in detail and with the real activities and projects, so it will give you the clarity more when we go into the sessions. Okay, I just want you to understand the variety of machine learning algorithm are available. So there is supervised and supervised, and in that we have several versatile of algorithms are there. So all this we are going to cover in the machine learning course. Okay, so if you see that industrial aspect, I already mentioned, we are going to have different domains has been integrated in this field. So I said finance domain, healthcare domain, and retail and marketing, e-commerce domain. Okay, so Amazon's website or a Flipkart you are using means they are recommending the product. How they are recommending the product based on users' wishes. It is basically using some algorithm behind the scenes. Okay, how that is getting recommended. That algorithm also we are going to learn through this course. Entire things you will be understanding how actually all these things implementing the artificial intelligence to improve their business, and also they are into the track of AI, and we say they are giving a role for every individual person, okay, to work around this for monitoring the things. It's not going to completely replace. As I mentioned, they're doing automation, which means it is not going to replace a human's job. It is going to give another new task to the humans, right? So that's why I said it is not completely going to replace a human job. Okay, so it is going to simply simplify the human's job. So now, as sir said, you are all going to transit into the data science domain, right? So in that, as we already spoken about the several aspects, what are the courses you are going to enroll into? You can see here, we will be having applied data science, mastering data science with our masters in generative AI, and ML certification program. All this, whatever listed here, you will be having in this course. Okay, so I already given the details about what Python is. Python is very simplified programming language which helps anybody to learn easily and apply that language for any machine learning, deep learning algorithm to be integrated with the data you are having after some pre-processing, so that it will be having the final version with some product. So that product you will be using for your business. Okay. And this model contains a machine learning. As we already spoken about the machine learning, it have several different types of algorithm called supervised, unsupervised, reinforcement. So here in the machine learning, you will be learning all these things. And in deep learning, we will be learning a natural language processing, time series analysis, computer visions. All this comes under the deep learning concepts. Okay. So this is in depth. If we are going to understand these things, definitely it will give some insights, but actually the things are, you will be feeling more algorithms are there. That is not the case. Which algorithm to choose and which one suits for this data, all these things you will be comparing and you will be learning easily, and finally you will be getting some idea. So this is what the algorithm is. So this is how I need to go and pick this algorithm. It's like plugins. Whatever the application we are installing in our mobile, so we'll be picking. So variety of application will be in the same name. But what is the thing we actually expected, that is not going to be having in all these applications. So we'll be picking from this application which suits us most. Similar to that, we have variety of algorithm in machine learning, deep learning. For our use case, which one is best, we are going to pick it. So that's how it is going to be very simplified. Based on our use case, we'll pick the algorithm, we'll choose the algorithm. Okay. So coming to the deep learning aspect, it is also going to have a different use cases of algorithm. Maybe if you have a structured data, which one is going to help you? Maybe if you have audio or any other video data, which one algorithm is going to be helpful for your use case to be solved? So if you have any seasonal pattern of a data, how you're going to use this algorithm to do some forecasting. These things you'll be understanding through this course of learning. Okay. So as I mentioned, this is advanced techniques you'll be learning in this course: computer vision, NLP, and reinforcement learning. What is computer vision? As I mentioned, the example for the computer vision is autonomous car. Okay, so then we can also see nowadays robots are doing the task like a human, how it is doing using some computer vision concepts. And NLP. If you see nowadays that LLM kind of words you hear mostly, right? The ChatGPT or Gemini or a DeepSeek models, how it is working basically. What is the scenario behind that each and every chatbot? All this having this concept of NLP. So this we are going to learn through this, and we are going to have some projects like chatbot creation. This type of project we will be doing using the NLP concept. And reinforcement learning also, it's something like how we are going to train the robot. Okay, so this is how you have to go. You take left, you take right. So finally we will be giving the direction to the robot and to reach the perfect point. So for that we have several algorithms. That algorithm we will be implementing and we will teach the model. So this is what the reinforcement learning algorithm. It will take human feedback and act upon it. Okay, that is the most advanced concept. It is the future. It is going on currently also. Okay. So now, as sir said, you will be having this question in your mind. Okay, you're all belongs to different background. Okay, so you will be facing the issue whether I will be learning a coding. How can I learn the coding now? So I am from the arts background. I don't know anything about the coding. As I mentioned earlier, Python is very user friendly and easiest language. Okay, anybody can do that with like human communications. Okay, so I want to do some calculation, I can write a prompt, I can get it. So simply Python is also like that. So you will be writing as a prompt and you will be getting the outcome. Okay, it is something easy to learn. Okay, so all that what you will be learning, whatever you know already, okay, through your schools and through your college, you learn many mathematics and statistics and analytics. Every day we will be doing the probabilities, whether if any climate change is there, so I'll be calculating today rain will come or not. So this is the logic we will be applying by ourselves without knowing this is a max. Okay, so we as a human, we do some prediction, probabilities. So all this thing is nothing but the machine learning concept. That we unknowingly doing the things, but now we are going to understand what actually we are doing is a machine learning. Okay, so by real time, how we are understanding the objects and some things, whatever going in front of our eyes, something we are doing and something we are understanding from the aspect of what is going on, the scenario behind that, right? So we have this process of mining, the data mining, object mining, all these things is nothing but the data sets. Okay. So the process of doing innovation and creativity is not going to be done by any AI or ML or deep learning model. It is all going to be done by the human. So human is having the power of controlling that AI model. So if that human is not available, AI is also not going to have a information what it is going to do by itself, right? So that is where human is playing the impact on this field, particularly data science. We cannot say these particular department people will know data science and this particular people will only be learning this AI/ML. Okay, anybody can learn, as I mentioned. So doctors can learn, engineers can learn, lawyers can learn. Okay, so banking officials can learn, IT professional people can learn. Anybody from any background can learn this data science or AI/ML courses. So this is all about the statistics. Okay, now looking into this visuals, if you have any questions, okay, so this visuals, when I'm seeing, I'll be saying somewhere the value is going high, somewhere the value is going low. So this is also nothing but the data analysis concept. Okay, this all says you the salary details of particular region. Okay, so average monthly salary details. Okay, so here this is mostly focused on the data science relevant job role. Okay, so but what I say, okay, if you understand this and asking a question from this visual, then you are a data scientist, then you are a data analyst. People who is asking a question, they are a data analyst. Okay, so we have to ask a question by seeing the visuals. By seeing the visual, we should get the answers. Okay, so all this is populated with the data. So without the data, this visual is not going to be presented over here. Okay, so this is simply the role, based on the role, how the salary is changing. Marketing manager, how much he is earning. Financial analyst, how much he is earning. Software engineer, now data analyst, AI engineer. This course, if you are taking this course, what is the different role you can land into? Okay, you can land into data scientist, and you can land into the machine learning engineer, AI engineer, data analyst, or a software engineer, because you are learning a Python programming. So Python programming, using that you can build a product, you can build applications, right? So this is the opportunity in US. Okay, overseas, what is the opportunities are available? Okay, this is comparison of a job listing and average annual salaries. Okay, now this will be like +5, -5 in the range of confidence interval. It will be changing. It is not going to be a fixed. So it's simply a statistics we are saying here. So this will be changing occasionally. Right. So all this thing is just a statistics of 2025, but this is not going to be a standard. It is still increasing and it is moving on. Okay, so this is how the industry in the worldwide, the job is getting increasing in the field of the course data science, AI/ML, in a different domain. As I mentioned, it's not only the IT domain, it's not only the healthcare domain, it is in the vast sector and vast aspect of industries are using this. Construction industries are using, everywhere it is used. Okay, so only things, as I mentioned, if you are not into this particular tech stack, you are losing something in the industry. So that is what I said. So who is going to replace by the AI? The people who are not going to learn the AI. What is AI? And people who is not using the AI. So they are going to lose their job. Okay, so that's why I say AI, which is not going to replace a human. Human itself is going to replace the human. Are you getting my point? Human itself is going to replace the human. AI is not going to replace the human. So if we are not going to be having a track of all this thing, what is going on in the trending, so then definitely we are losing something. Okay, so now everybody is venturing this technology. I want to learn AI, I want to learn AI, I want to learn AI. All that AI is simply, I say, how you are going to handle your data, and that data, how you are going to put some science and mathematics. That is all the data science. And definitely we'll be getting more things in practical and in theory, the concept understanding and applying all these things you'll be getting into this complete course, right? So these are some companies are hiring for a data science role. Okay, top companies, PNG, IBM, all these companies are hiring for this role, data science. And even now I mentioned like healthcare industries are hiring a data scientist, banking industries are hiring a data scientist. They require the people who is having a domain expertise. Simply say, they will be expecting the people with the domain expertise plus the AI knowledge. Everybody in the JD now, you can see if you go on search LinkedIn or anywhere your job portal. So simply if you put any job role, okay, I want to search for this banking manager. They simply ask in the JD, if you have this category of qualification as well as this skill set, this is a plus, this is the added advantage for you to land into current role or any role you want to venture in future, right? So this is simple words. Okay, if you can't explain it to your 6-year-old, you don't know it yourself. That is the question. Okay, so this session is completely is going to be something like that. Definitely, it's like one-on-one. When you have some doubts, please make a question, and we will be coming into different way how you can easily understand the concept. Okay, we will fine tune the concept, refine the way how you want that to be given to you. Okay, only by asking a question you can learn many things. Hope you are getting my points. Right, so this is a certificate that what Arun sir is also displaying during his conversation. The same thing, after completion of this entire course, the project you have to complete it, it is going to improve your portfolio. Like you can say, after this entire things, you did the complete end-to-end project in AI that will help you to land into the job role as well as clearing your interviews in the current industry, right? So any question?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. I would just like to add 2 pointers. If you could kindly just stop sharing. Let me
Yes.
just show 2 things. Thank you again, Madam Usha, for this wonderful explanation. So, in addition, I mean, ma'am was explaining now. I mean, anyone can join. So, this is, only for the courses that is in the domain of advanced AI and generative AI. Look, people, banking, NGO, oil, gas, energy, retail, e-commerce, digital marketing. Oh, finally, I have got one IT, software, healthcare. So majorly people are coming from, completely different field, process manager, project manager. So these have been the particular domain. And this is very important that I already mentioned at the onset of this particular session, that domain specific projects. And we do provide maximum number of projects across 10 domains here we have mentioned. If we want, we can expand that as well, including agriculture and farming, education, edtech, marketing, energy and power, automobile, transportation, manufacturing, supply chain, one of the major domains which is dependent on the data science and predictive analytics methodologies in any kind of inventory maximization, route optimization, demand forecasting, telecommunications, retail, e-commerce, banking, finance, healthcare, as ma'am was talking about. So that is very, very important. So more projects you do across multiple domains, that is once that is exhibited and integrated in your resume, that will genuinely build a good profile of yours. So that's all. If anyone has anything to add, we this particular kind of session in the name of Masterclass we are having every fortnight. Why? So that all the learners who are showing aspirations, interest for this kind of program, anything if holding you back, these sessions might be helping you out. That is the only purpose. So on that note, Mr. Sibin, Madam Asha Babu, please, if you can share your views, if you have any query, any concern, please, over to you. Shall we then wrap it up? Can anyone just confirm by any emojis or maybe in a quick chat? I have already mentioned one number. You can reach out to that number for further information, and one email, that is my email. So you can also reach out to me for any official confirmation. And one more thing, that is the very crucial thing before taking any decision, but that is not part of this particular session. That is the fee structure. One thing I can assure you, that fee has never been a constraint for an ASCOM program, for an ASCOM official licensed training institute to embark on this robust academic journey. That I can assure you. The rest, you can drop me a WhatsApp on this number. You can email me anytime. Next cohort that I have already mentioned, 30th November and 7th December. Considering the value of the pre-learning, I believe 30th November batch date will not be possible to align you in case you decide to go ahead with this program. 7th of December will be the right kind of alignment before that we can onboard you officially. We can start your pre-learning, develop all the fundamentals, then the live classes under the valued mentorship of Madam Ussha Nandhini, with 10 years of experience of working as a corporate trainer in the domain of AI, ML, generative AI, data science. That would be extremely rewarding. That I can assure you, under the ecosystem of NASCOM and Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So on that note, allow us then to take a leave. Yes, if it is possible, can I have a demo class? Or do you, this session was organized for that. Trainer is all here. She would be your live class trainer. If you have anything, Mr. Sivin, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask anything. Could you please just reframe your question so that I can understand it in a better way? Deep learning or machine learning? Actually, every batch that has a particular progress, we just completed the deep learning, and currently one batch I think is going on. Next week that class will be, I have to check, deep AI model, reinforcement learning or something like that. Could you please share your number in the meeting chat if that is possible, or you can also email me in case if you are comfortable with that as well, so that next weekend Saturday's class I can invite you to attend a particular Okay, thank you so much. Let me just take it from here. Sure thing. I will keep that in mind. And as of now, if you have anything to add to this session, any query, any concern, so we would be more than happy to address those. Okay, then, thank you, all of you, for one more time for this particular session, for joining this call. Thank you, Madam Ussha. Thank you, Asha Babu and Mr. Sivin, for joining this call. See you soon. Thank you. Thank you, Aditya. Good night, everyone. Thank you.